My lord Sultan Harsa, I have heard that you want to unify the Punjab region, that region which has long since suffered under the yoke of the Ghaznavids. Yes, the Ghaznavids are an ancient enemy of my family, but their kingdom is long since collapsed. There's very little of them left in this world, and alas, sadly, most of that territory is held by my liege already. I do not see any reason to pursue it. At least no reason that wouldn't be personal vanity. My liege, you may not know this, but my family has an ancestral claim to many counties in that region. Were you to support me in my claim, and also there is at least one other vassal of yours I'm aware of who possesses such a claim. If you were to support us in our claims, you would not be doing a vain and unjust war. You would be righting a wrong done to our ancestors. The Muslim men that hold those territories, they may not be evil, but their ancestors did rob them from those who had lived there long before. That's a strong argument. Yes, yes, undoing this wrong would be just cause. You will have your war, and I will return to your family that which is rightfully yours. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again, or should I say for the very first time, with Sultan Harsa of Lohara. Oh. The first thing we need to address is the bug. This is a bug. I've seen evidence of it on forums and stuff. Other people have had this problem in certain circumstances where their gold doesn't match. It appears to be that the amount of gold I am making, well, not right now, but before, was correct. I looked at all my vassals, I looked at how much my priests should be making and how many temples there were, and whether or not these numbers make sense, and they all make sense. Everything here is correct, which means that I am losing gold I should not be losing. In fact, it averages between 3 and 6 gold a month, which means something is either not showing, like there's either an expense that's not showing, or something else is happening. I'm also having the old stuck levies problem, where my levies get about 200 points from the top and then they stop going up. It seems to be a kind of associated problem as far as I can tell, so they sometimes happen together. I did everything I could to check. There are no mechanics in the game that I'm aware of or could discover where somebody takes money from your income amount and it causes your money to go down. It's possible for people to steal money from you directly, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is my income is not coming in as much as it should be. I tried everything anyway just to make sure, because there were rumors about it being my steward, so I loaded and replaced my steward with 2 other guys and neither of them made the money change. I changed my my regent. She's selfless. There's no reason to believe she would be messing with things, but I changed her anyway just to make sure, and it didn't change anything. I messed with my stats. I changed my priest and I had to fire him and rehire him. So I had to reset his timer so I could rehire him after I fired him. It didn't fix anything. Nothing fixed anything. We just always end up in the same place where there's an invisible 4 gold going away. I checked the royal court numbers and they all appear to be correct as far as I can tell. It's difficult to find out how much these values are supposed to be at, but it is correctly increasing to the right amount when we get the new era tick, which happens pretty much in a couple of months from now. So it's not that. I went to other players, like I switched to other characters and played them for a bit to see if their money was right, and it was. But then when I returned to him, his money was wrong again. I checked the file for things that could be wrong. I checked every single vassal. The amount of money that this says they're giving is the amount of money their tooltip says they're giving. The only thing I didn't do was check all the holding settings inside of the save file because the holdings are difficult to find the connections from, and you have to manually search them, and I did not manually search every single province to see if the file has something wrong for any of these holdings compared to what it says on its tooltip. I just didn't have time. I already spent like 4 hours trying to fix the save, so instead I decided that the only thing left to do was to try to play it broken, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. Every time I went to war, instead of losing 2 gold or 3 gold a turn for having all of my guys up, or even 4 gold a turn, I was losing 8 or 12. It was impossible. I couldn't do anything. My debt would soar in a couple of months, right? 4 gold a month for even a year is just 40 gold. It's 48 gold unaccounted for that just goes away and you can't get back. And that's just in a year. So I came up with a solution. You can't see the air quotes, but they exist. They're to make the game playable because I've been enjoying this series and I don't want to give it up. And I don't want to be like, oh, I have to stop playing now because it's impossible. So to make it playable, I added to my mod a fake version of the university called the Lohara University in the files, but I just used the usual tooltips and the usual localizations, and I gave it 4 gold per month. So this number is now 4 higher than it would be, and this 4 gold makes it tolerable. Sometimes 4 gold isn't enough, and sometimes it's slightly too much, because it does seem to vary over time between 3 and 6. But I could find no other way to continue playing the game, and I did not want to give the game up. So here we are. Hope everybody understands that this 4 gold is not me cheating for just like self-benefits. If I wanted to do that, I would just pour gold into my pot. To be frank, it was happening to Kalaza for quite a long time too when I checked the old saves, the old videos, and so I've already lost hundreds of gold. Kalaza's life would have been a whole lot easier if this bug wasn't affecting him. The only reason I didn't notice it under him was because his number was always positive. And it seemed to have happened during the years where I wasn't doing war. His number kept going up, so I never actually was watching or paying attention to the fact it was going up the exact right amount. And that is the explanation of it. We've spent 5 minutes on it. That explanation is over. I'm not going to hear about it again, but I will say one last little bit. If anybody watching notices that these numbers start matching, I'm also going to watch it myself. Please let me know, because I will immediately remove this. It's easy enough. I can just delete the part of the mod that puts that building in, and yeah, that's it. That's what we had to do, and we're just gonna move on for there because this makes the game playable. All right, who are we? Well, we are an extraordinarily honorable man. We are not only honest and compassionate, but we're also gregarious, which means we love a party. We do have goals though, and we are a marshal, which means we do have the intent to do some conquests, but we're gonna try to mostly do honorable conquests. He has the goal of trying to integrate the Punjab kingdom, and we need 3 more counties, but we just happen to have 3 claims. So our spy master here, the guy from Jakarta, he has a claim to this county and this county, so we can fight for those. And then our guy over here, one of our lower down guys, this guy has a claim to this county, which is 3, the exact number we need. So we will not have to do anything dishonorable. All we have to do is come down here and basically press the claims of our vassals who have a right to the territory that they're entitled to. And that is where we're going to start. We are going to press his claim here. This is the easier of the 2 wars, so we're just going to get it out of the way. Also, because he's the older man, we're going to do both of his wars in a row, and then we're going to let the timer cool down and do this guy's war. Just because he's a much older man, and who knows? He's still doing fine, so he'll probably make it around to 60, but we don't want to wait. We don't want to, you know, accidentally rob his family because he dies too soon. Once we are in here, hopefully we will be able to quickly siege this down. We will turn this up. He also has territory over here, which means he may... yeah, he rose his troops in his capital, and he's probably going to come around and try to do some sieges in the center. If he comes into our center, we should be able to use our guys to stomp him out a bit, which fine by me. Our court grandeur level has evened out finally. I was also having a bug I noticed by watching the back videos where our court grandeur was showing itself as being 9 on the it was saying we had 9 even though it was functioning as 8 and we had no reason to have 8. So who's this guy? Okay, he wants to marry his son. No, yeah, this is his son. It's his youngest son, probably. I don't know who. Maybe no, it's one of his younger sons. He actually has tons of sons. Poor guy. I mean, it's good to have children. It's good to have sons. To my niece. That's acceptable. Go ahead. Ecstatic peasantry. The peasants of of the Bilik of Kashmir are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. The peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. Thing is, while I do have compassion for them, I do think that since I've done such a good job, I think it's actually, generally speaking, not a good thing to do to refuse a gift. Usually when someone brings you a gift, you should honor it. And so we're going to honor the gift that the peasants have brought. All right. Our steward here has increased the speed at which we are integrating Barakistan. Good. And you have finished your increased control task. Now, my father was more selfish than I am about the use of this, so I'm going to start helping my vassals. Not my rival. He can fix the problems he caused by stealing my territory himself. But the rest of my vassals, for sure. Oh yeah, my nephew over here is my rival because he took my land from me, and we do hold it against him. We are a man who moves towards positive behavior, so if the game gives us a random opportunity to end this rivalry, we will, and we will obviously not try to murder him, but we will look for opportunities to cause him problems. And if he's still our rival when we can boost our stuff up again, we will seriously consider revoking his title, because I think there is no more poetic justice for a man who revoked our title without cause than to revoke his title with cause. And it fits with our just nature to do that, so it's probably what we're gonna do. I mean, it's not... Ooh. This is our liege. And this is the other king. So inside of the Seljuk Empire, we're not the only king-level title. There is also Persia. Persia has just been growing and becoming a very strong power within the empire, and it looks like Persia is making a push to become the emperor. Well, the emperor is our friend, but we have things that we need to do. We could join his army voluntarily. That is allowed, because this is a war, and this is a kind of war that a vassal is allowed to join. But we're not going to, because we have other things to do, and it's really not our conflict. While he is our friend personally, I don't see us putting aside the plans we have to get justice for our vassals in order to help him in a war, which, because he's pretty strong, he may actually even win. We'll see. If it goes really bad for him, or if we notice we come to a point where we are the thing that would save him, we may join him. I was watching Giridhari play with the other children when Gunduz tried to push him over. Giridhari took it all in stride, sat down, and to talk to Gunduz instead. Okay, so this means we can take forgiving. Alright? Or wrathful. Now, I may not take traits in these cases for me. Sometimes I like to roleplay these traits, especially when it's the exact trait I have, but oftentimes I try to use these traits to make an interesting character. And since all of our characters have been relatively peaceful so far, I might just take wrathful because I think it's interesting and different. So I think we're going to make him wrathful. Strategic impasse. So two of my commanders, one of whom is my rival here, have different ideas about how we should be leading this army. I'm going to do both, because it just makes the most sense to do both. Although out of spite, I was thinking of naysaying my of my rival, but no, I'm not going to disadvantage my army out of spite. That's not me. The secret exposed. Okay, so the giant also had another child who appears to be a not from her husband. That's a thing. Let's just get this siege done, and then we will go over and we will attack him. Let's head over. We got a lot of gold from that, like 50 gold from that. And I think we have prisoners too. Well, we do. One prisoner, a child. We can vassalize this. Where's this? This right here, this is a duchy down in the far south. Alright, yeah, we'll vassalize him. That actually means we should probably look around here and see if there's any other people we can vassalize, because they don't always tell you if low feudal will fail. They don't always tell you that it will succeed with religious, because it seems to, like, not always notice. Take that guy. If any of these new counties belongs to any of the dukes in this region, the game will let us know in our notifications, and we'll integrate them then. I want to keep everything as de jure as possible, just to keep the taxes as high as possible. Oh, he's not. He's part of somebody else's territory. So this is all pretty cleaned up now. That's good. This little place down here became independent because it didn't have a border connection to us. Which is good, because it looks a lot less awful this way. Maybe more of these little guys, these independent guys will, and I'd also like to work on these two. But we have vassals to deal with right now. That's for the future. Of this duchy here, like literally they make up the entire duchy, and this guy down here is part of a foreign duchy, which is fine. Yeah, so all the guys we get down here, I guess, are not going to be part of duchies right away. None of them are part of other people's territory. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that. Having some independent counts doesn't hurt us. It would be better if we could organize them properly. We've defeated him. All right, let's enforce our demands. 93%. Love being a gallant. Let's get rid of all these demand hostages because they're not important to us right now. Let's do this. Our 8-year-old son doesn't have a guardian yet. He wants to be a steward, so let's just give him... I think the architect is perfect for him. Yes, the royal architect will be his guardian. Good. None of these matter because they'll never accept. We'll do this transfer. All right. We'll vassalize this guy. Give him the religious exemption. And anything else we want to do here? No, I think this is fine. We also don't need that up there. They'll come back, but we can get rid of them for a little while. Anything else to do at all? Nope, we're gonna finish our war then. All right, there we go. Excellent. So be it. Let's switch back to speed 3. Go into here to our prisoners to see who we've got. There's this guy. He's just an old man. Get out of our prison. And this guy is a passable fighter. I can ransom him to himself for 3 golds. Is a 10 fighter worth more to me than 3 golds? He's a decent commander too. And he is a military engineer, which is a super useful commander. Do I have a strong... Let's recruit him, I think. Let's recruit him. That's good. We also should disband this before it starts costing us money that we don't have. And I think what we're going to do with this money is we're going to buy ourselves blacksmiths. There we go. That's what we want. Let's look at our troops. During the unspeakable thing that I had to spend lots of time on, that we're not talking about anymore, I noticed that one of my areas, the new one, up here in a store, we actually have a spot that has a building for heavy infantry, so we should move them to there, and then we should make sure that the second largest guy here is in this place. It will be better once we get the blacksmiths there, which is good. This is all also good. Want me to transfer some other person? So he's new and it gets transferred to her. Absolutely. It's better to have those all properly organized. Okay, we might let them tick a bit before we do the next war. Just a bit. If we can get them back up to close to their cap, that would be nice. It'll only be a couple of months, so... Unconditionally, as I lean over the map in the council chamber, a sudden creak turns my head towards the door. My son, Hari, appears in the hallway and saunters into the room, seemingly uninterested in my presence. Then, without warning, I'm enclosed in... Oh, it's the hug. Ah, the hug. So heartwarming. So heartwarming. Tasting the ground, almost. Oh, haha, we almost smashed our face into the ground due to our horse. Ooh. We did not die of the horse smashing. That's good. And it clears our stress. Alright. So, what are we gonna do? Once this hits 4,000 again, I think, maybe we go all the way up? I don't know. Hard to say. We'll check it out soon. Ooh. Ooh, do we look at this? How's this going? The military forces are uneven by about 6,000, but his troops are way down, I think because of the other war he's fighting. I have a feeling that if he can recover from his first war up there and win it fast enough that he'll do this, he'll succeed. Shadow of Fame, Dawn. My father, the great Sultan Harsa, died of old age a long time ago. Well, it was some time ago, yes. Yet the flame of his life still shines bright. What surrounded him everywhere now seems to follow me. Still, many consider me his son rather than a man in my own right. Our father had that problem too. Just yesterday, an old peasant was praising him as if he was still alive. We could either take the prestige and plus stress gain, or even more prestige and more stress gain. Let's do it. The world shall remember Kalaza as my father. That is some big boots to fill, sir. But I think you have it in you. I really do. Okay, so our troops are pretty much back up to cap. We're barely gaining anything anymore. Let's let this wedding happen. We don't have much money, but that's okay. Because we've done him a great good, we're going to use our hook to normalize his feudal levies. And then I think it's time to declare this war. So this, I think, war is going to be a little different because this guy has more allies. Let's actually see who his allies are. So he has 9,500. We got this guy. These two are who are so far away we can't even see them, and our half-brother who won't be able to participate. Oh, they're way over there. So we have to deal with him and this guy's innate army of 3,000. Ooh. So what we do here is going to depend solely on whether or not we can catch him before his friend joins. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. If we can catch him before his friend joins, then we will win this war. Let's do it. Let's risk. We are a dynamic military commander who definitely would take a risk like this. So let's raise all our troops. They'll be ready in 15 days. And let's just send them right into his capital. Okay, we need to summon all of our allies. We probably should have done that before, but that's fine. And our goal here is just straightforward. We defeat him before his ally can join him, and then we defeat his ally when his ally comes in. We're gonna be on him before his ally even joined the war. So his ally's probably gonna rush over to help from down here. I think we'll have him defeated by then, which means his ally will probably turn away, which would be the wise thing to do. But that's okay, because we are gonna go for him. See if we can catch him there. I think we will. Yeah, it's not even gonna be close. We're gonna catch him there. And our goal at the beginning is not the usual goal. Our goal is going to be to fight the two large armies multiple times in order to diminish their strength. So that will be inside enemy territory. I don't want our military strength to diminish anymore, so actually we're going to pull back. If we let our military strength regain some of it, if we regain some of our men, we might even be able to fight the two of them together. And by pulling back, we might tempt him to try a siege. A siege would be a mistake on his part, because I would just destroy him. We're going to go after him now. Especially now that our ally has appeared, giving us an extra 1,000 strength. So we're going to come up this way. We need to look at what we're going to do with our marshal now. I think we help our new vassal out because he could use it. So we want new martial lifestyle perk, and organized march is literally perfect for us right now because of the faster speed for catching these guys. We're gonna now catch him here and defeat him. And one of our knights was wounded. We should check to make sure our knights are in proper fighting condition. We need to diminish these armies. So let's head through our own territory up this way to probably here. This guy's... he's going south away from us. That's fine. So I guess maybe we should instead head down to our flag. No, not a shift change. Just go. Heading down to our flag is good because we'll walk through our own territory, which will regenerate some of our guys, and we might be able to catch him again. Before we start the sieges, we gotta, like, kill his armies. As much as it's possible for us to do. Because that's the kind of war this is. This isn't your usual kind of war. This is a different kind of war. Okay? Maybe we do actually, we are gonna do the siege. We're gonna try to tempt him now that we have, I think we probably just straight have more military than him at this point. Yes, by a little. While we wait for our other ally to show up, we're gonna tempt him to attack us while we do the siege. Our goal is to get him to attack us here. This guy is gonna cross over. This guy seems to almost be fleeing. If this guy attacks us on his own, we'll get him. Let's speed this up. If he decides instead to siege, we can always... yeah, we can always go and attack him on purpose. Because we are fast. We got that. Now we want to catch this one. Get rid of them. Good. So just looking at what we're looking at here, this is the actual location that we're fighting for, right? Like, what is this war for? It is for Saka, yeah. Ooh, somebody took that. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Who took this? Did he press his own claim? I think... or he didn't press his claim. He just took other territory. Haha. What a bold move. I don't know what to say. Good on you, bud. Because I will still have to get your territory for you because I said that I would and it would be the honorable thing to do, but you've also expanded your land. Separate from me. On your own. How are we doing with this guy? I just do want to look. He's at 26. We'll let him go through this one and then we're going to start trying to befriend these guys. Because we might be able to convince them to vassalize that way. Our counselor has died. I'm headed to my chambers to enjoy some pleasant sleep when I hear the faint rustle of the window. Okay, so this guy is having an affair with my half-sister. I am not concerned about that at all. That's our culture doesn't have severe penalties for that kind of stuff. They're ruining their lives, but they're not breaking the law. So let's do this. Let's get a new steward. We don't have a good steward, but we can put this guy as steward. I mean, we've worked hard to make him accept his position, which means we don't really need to put him as steward. We could put the good guy, this guy as steward, the royal architect, which I think is a brilliant idea and is what we're going to do. There we go. So let's try to finish this siege. I wasn't expecting this, but it looks like most of this episode is just going to be these wars, which is neat. my allies here, so if they decide to just attack to like end the war before we can take this territory, they will just lose. Alone in the kitchen, such as... Greetings, my lord! He cleaned every pot. Ha! He's compassionate. Okay, there's worse things to be. Compassionate, wrathful. Haha! Ah, what a combination. He cares greatly for other people and doesn't like their suffering, but when things piss him off, they piss him right off. Okay. Okay, boy. You'll do fine, I would say. Yeah, we're winning this for sure. You guy's gonna get in there actually after the battle is over. Literally hurls himself against us for no reason. Helps him in no way. Just all bad. We are in debt. Lackluster administration. Alright, so we're gonna have to take him off there. And stick him there. Alright, so we need to finish this siege. That gave us the war target. Now I think we need to come down here and hit this. We have had a daughter! Kamalavati, that can be her name for sure. That's a fine name. Shadow of Flame, Daylight. A long time has passed since I decided to focus on emulating the fame of my dead father, even longer since his death. It's stressful and demanding to step out of his shadow. I feel the world judging me not by my deeds alone, but always in comparison to Sultan Kalaza. I know I am respected, but is it enough? What is the Shadow of Daylight give us? Even more prestige, but lots of stress gain. What is Shadow of Flame Dusk give us? Less stress, less prestige. No. No, no, no. Not at all. So we just need 90%, which is just 1% away, and then we can enforce our demands. Somebody has made us some money. Excellent, 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 steward. Thank you. We have succeeded at our war goals. We have won our war and made some money off it to boot. Look at that. There we go. I think, though, that might actually be the end of this episode. Our kingdom somehow makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Kind of looks like one of those alien things that comes out of your chest. Or something else that I'm not going to mention. See, it has a mouth, which clearly prevents it from being that other thing that you might say that it looks a little like. We have crippled this poor guy. And we still have more wars for him, but we can't do them now because, of course, of the truce. But we will absolutely try to take this as well, because it's the only way we can get the kingdom title. Wait a second, because he took the third one himself, we can get the kingdom title whenever we want. But we don't want to get the kingdom title before we help him, because we promised to help him. Next episode is going to have to be spent getting to know Kalaza better, but you've got some hints of him in this episode. The fact that he does like warfare, and he does like to expand the kingdom, but only when he considers it to be honorable and just, like when getting claims for the various people in his court. And he wants to make friends, and he is very happy about having people join through vassalization as opposed to through warfare. This has turned around, so he's begun to win this war. So our liege might just pull a victory out here. We can see his troops have increased, and some other people have joined to help him out. That's good. That's good. And I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you the next time. We are here with Sultan Harsa, the warlord of Lohara. Also, the diplomat of Lohara. Goodbye for now.